Hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? Welcome to Speak Up Sis. I am so excited to have you here in this space again with me on today. For those of you who do not know, maybe this is your first time tuning in. This is day 5 of our Everyday Woman series, Refuse to Be Silent. It is a virtual event that Speak Up Sis is hosting for the month of March for Women's History Month. We are showing how everyday women make history every day by choosing to open up their mouths and speak, and they refuse to be silenced in their own personal lives, in their communities, their homes, their cities, countries. Listen, everywhere. So today I've got a special guest who's going to be speaking today. Her name is Shlonda. And she's got an amazing voice that I believe everyone needs to hear. So we're going to go ahead and get into that. But before we do that, I would like to thank our Day 5 sponsor, Artists in Me, LLC. Thank you so much for choosing to sponsor Day 5 of our Everyday Woman series. Thank you so much, Artists in Me LLC, for sponsoring Day 5. You all make sure you check them out on Facebook at Artists in Me. And I will have it scroll at the bottom for you all so you can check them out. So let's go ahead and get into our woman today, our everyday woman. Shlonda was not able to actually be with us live, so we're going to watch her recorded conversation.
Hi, Angel, and thank you for the opportunity to share on your platform. So let's all just begin by giving, I want to say, Angel, just a shout out in honoring the work that God is doing through her, for offering her platform for all of our voices. So I am Shalonda Brown Smith, and I am coming to you this afternoon to discuss daily intentions in regards to daily intentionally speaking up and using our voice as women. So when we speak to being intentional about something, we're talking about being deliberate and being purposeful. And I was really led to speak about how we need to speak up and be deliberate about using our voices, speaking up daily. And let me tell you why or where that came from, using my own personal story of growing up being a young girl who was sexually abused. And then B, I also have a hereditary hearing loss, a profound hearing loss, and I wear hearing aids. So I kind of grew up feeling like a burden because I could not hear. And then having been sexually abused, my way to cope with that was by being quiet and and somewhat like many other women would probably share that have experienced it, experiencing the shame around being sexually abused. Now I know it doesn't make sense, but my let me just hear me out with this. My babysitter's son sexually assaulted and sexually abused me every night when my parents dropped me off so they could go to work. And he used to tell me, if you tell, I'm going to tell. So that put, I want to say, like this blanket of shame on me as a 4 or 5 year old girl, where I felt shameful because of what was happening to me, and that shut me down. Then you want to add on top of that having a hearing impairment and having to, in some way, kind of feel like a burden because someone had to speak loudly to you or repeat themselves over and over and over again to you. That kind of sets the temperature, so to speak, for being silent and for being quiet. So for me, I had to come from the perspective of choosing to speak up is a daily intention that I have to make for myself, that I am going to use my voice today. So, what I want to share with you guys are the 3 C's that I've had to use to get to this point where every day I am using my voice and that I am speaking up and making a difference in my life every day. So the first C is, of course, choice. I am my advocate. That is my affirmation, my daily intention that I have to make, that today I'm my advocate, that I am myself, I am my subject matter expert today. I will speak out for me. I will speak for what is the best for me, and I will be my advocate today. So please keep that in mind with the choice that, first make the choice that you are your advocate today and every day. Number two is consistency. I had to make that declaration that, you know what, I'm consistent and this will be a habit for me, meaning that every day I will practice this consistency. I will practice, being my advocate. I will practice using my voice to change the landscape that's around me. Consistency is important. It's about being steadfast. It's about being stable and being able to say that, I am going, that little saying about 21 days to 21 days to form a habit. So that's what consistency is for me. I want it to be a habit for me to be an advocate and to speak out and to speak up for myself. So I need to make this a habit and I need to do this every day until it becomes just natural and it's not something I have to dig deep and pull out of myself. The third C that I had for you is connection. I am aligned. I know when we hear the word align, we typically think that, it's straight and perfect and aligned, right? But there's an alternative meaning actually to being aligned, and that is to give support. And so that kind of gave me the little tip or the key that when we speak to being aligned, that your story and that your voice, it is not just for you. It is for someone else. I don't know who's even hearing a story today. And you can think back to me and that little girl that was sexually abused, or you could think back to having something happen to you where your voice was stolen from you, like it was for me. Maybe it was something that happened to you, maybe like, physically, like maybe you don't have a hearing impairment, but maybe it's something else. Maybe you have a speech. Maybe you have some challenges with speech. Maybe you have something else that's going on. I don't know, but there's something that you have a story, and when you when you come into connection, you become aligned. And when you're aligned, you become support for someone else. You're literally like the way out. You show someone the way out of their own, I want to say, trauma, their own bondage that they are in. God wants to use all of us. He wants to use all of our stories. And it is important to make sure that you're in line, that you're aligned, and that you're connected, so that you can show someone else the way out. So let's do a quick recap because I want to make sure that you guys have the three C's to using your voice daily and being intentional about speaking up and speaking your truth. And that's one choice. You know, you're your advocate. Nobody else can speak for you like you can. Consistency, keeping in mind that you're stable, that you're steadfast, that, speaking out for yourself, using your voice, that is something that comes to you naturally, that you just do this. That is who you are. And the third one is connection, being aligned, being support. Your story is not just for you. It is for someone else. It is to give someone else the way out. And one thing about sharing our story, even by me just sharing with you guys about being sexually abused and having my voice taken from me as a young girl, I've just even felt some type of liberation from having that happen, from having just within the last 10 minutes with you guys. So we want you to be deliberate, to make the choice every day to speak up and to speak out because there is someone waiting to hear your story. Thank you for being with us this afternoon.
Yay! Thank you so much, Shlonda, for speaking up and out and refusing to be silent. Thank you for being yet another everyday woman making history every day by refusing to be silenced by the hurt of your past, the things that have taken place in your life, even those things that you're born with that you just have no control over, like hearing loss. I thank you for using your voice to speak up today and sharing on this platform. Thank you all for tuning in today and watching. Thank you to those of you who are sharing these videos. Listen, these videos need to be heard. These conversations need to be heard. Don't be selfish and save them for yourselves. Share them in your own spaces, in your own networks, with your own family and friends. Today, again, I would like to thank Artisan Me LLC. They do custom apparel, portraits, wall murals, body art, and more. Artisan Me brings your vision to life. The art that is in them brings out the life and the vision that is in you. So please make sure that you support them.